Did I really sound like that?
Totally. I still sound like that, to be honest.
I do too, and I actually use that, like whenever I'm talking to my kids about something. I'm like, so stoked, so stoked.
Your mom's stoked.
Welcome back, everybody. This is a momentous occasion.
It's been 10 months.
It's been a long time, but we are officially back, and it's going to be better than ever. We are stoked for what is on the horizon and in the future, and we have a lot of big things coming.
Huge things.
Yeah. So we're super excited to have you join us and be along for that. We are the Balance for Life podcast. That is the number 4, referring to our 4 pillars of health. And our goal here is to help you, engage you, inspire you to unlock and uncover the secrets to true and lasting happiness.
Yeah. And if you like what you hear, make sure you give us a little follow, subscribe. You can find us on social media at Twitter, at Adam and Perry, and then on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, we are at Balance for Life podcast. That's the number 4, not spelled out. And then you can watch us on YouTube, Balance for Life, or wherever you're watching us right now. Give us a review, a like, comment. We are going to build this audience to be millions of people.
Yeah.
It's going to explode. We're going to help tons of people improve their lives.
Yeah. Any engagement you can give us, that will definitely help us grow.
Yeah.
So we are excited to be back.
Yes, we are. And Adam and I have been hanging out since, I mean, it's not like we haven't seen each other, but
we're besties.
We've missed doing this. We are.
Yeah, we're besties outside of this. We play in a band together. We have another business together. We're pretty much life partners.
Our
now.
wives are kind of jealous of how well we get along.
Yeah. A little bit, yeah. We're kind of like life partners at this point.
Yep.
Okay, so some of the things that we've got coming up. Well, do we want to reintroduce the pillars first?
Yeah, I think that's a good place to start. Okay. So, as Adam mentioned, we have 4 pillars, which is why we have the number 4 in our name. Yeah. And so we're going to go through each of these pillars, give you a quick little synopsis of why it's a pillar, why it's important in life.
Mm-hmm.
Where do we want to start? They're all equally important, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But how about we each take one?
I think that's maybe where we want to start, is mentioning that we may talk about some of the pillars more often than others. That's just because we have more information. It doesn't necessarily mean one is more important than another one. We feel like they are all equally important, and that's why they are pillars. Because if you think about it in construction and architecture, pillars hold up the structure. Mm-hmm. And so these pillars are supposed to be equal in height, and if one of them is even slightly off balance, the whole structure will fall.
Yep.
And that's what we feel will happen to our health if one of these pillars gets out of balance. And so our goal is to try and keep them all equally balanced.
Yep, exactly. And before we talk about the first pillar, I want to point out a change. We have cool microphones.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, instead of what we had
before. The little ones sitting in front of our computers.
Yeah. So yes,
only people that are watching are going to be able to see that.
Yeah. So the few of you,
yeah,
who
if you're watching and not listening, if you're listening, then you'll have to just imagine in your brains better podcast microphones.
Yeah, we have a cool looking podcast microphone. Now they were cheap, so hopefully they sound good.
Yeah. So, but if that's the case, then maybe go watch it so you can see our cool new microphone.
Yes. So I'm gonna pick a pillar at random, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and talk about it, and then you get second pick.
There you go. Go for it.
So I'm gonna start with physical because I feel like it's the easiest to talk about, and it's the one that most people, I think, focus on the most.
Yeah.
Now, we feel the other ones are equally important with it, but a lot of times working on your physical health does have a large impact in your other areas, and it helps you to feel motivated. It can be a good place to start.
Absolutely.
And I think a lot of people start there for that reason. So our physical pillar, we are talking about eating well, exercising, getting enough sleep. I think those are the 3 main areas, but there's a lot to it.
Yeah, I mean, really, you think about physical, you think about fitness, nutrition, exercise, movement, things like that. Another thing that we want to point out, too, though, is we're not going to be here to tell you how to exercise. We're not going to tell you how to eat. I think most of us know that eating a salad is healthier than eating a pizza or a donut. but that's not to say that you should never have pizza or donuts.
We're going to avoid getting extreme in any of the pillars.
We want to make sure that there is balance, right? It's that other concept hence the name balance, right? We want to find that balance where you're able to enjoy the life that you have, but extending that life as well.
Yeah. And we're not experts in any of these, but we have attempted to become above average in all of these.
Yes.
Which is why there's the balance, right? So, I think Adam and I are both working on our health in all 4 of these pillars. For physical, like one of the things that's really helped me in my life since we stopped filming before was I was playing basketball about 1 to 2 times a week. And I found a group since then that plays 4 times a week.
Oh, there you go.
So I play about 4 times a week. And
awesome.
Hopefully my knees hold up. Hopefully it's not too excessive and extreme, right? We want to have balance. But so far it's been actually really good for me. So I get usually about 3 to 5 or 6 miles in, depending on how long I play when I play basketball. So I enjoy it. It's fun. It gets me some exercise. But that's helped me to feel motivated to eat better. I don't get as much sleep because I play in the morning, so I need to reconcile that somehow. I need to figure that out. But improving my physical health has helped me have motivation to improve in other areas too. So, which brings us to our next pillar.
That's awesome. Our next pillar is I'm gonna talk about spiritual, actually.
Okay, great.
And I'm gonna talk about spiritual because of I actually had an opportunity to meet with a lady last week, and she is what she has dubbed a mindfulness mentor, and hopefully I'm getting that right. So she's what we call a mindfulness mentor, and as we kind of talked about what she does and what I do, and getting into our business professional lives a little bit, and we were talking about spirituality and how typically when things are lined up in a spiritual sense, everything else will kind of follow. And we see that with all of the pillars, really. But we find that if we are spiritually aligned and aligned internally, things tend to line up a little bit better. And we have a little bit more motivation, we have a little bit more dedication, we're a little bit more accountable, and we can definitely see a difference in all of the other pillars.
For sure. And for those of you who maybe hopefully haven't turned off when you heard spiritual health, if you're atheist or agnostic or whatever the case is, we believe that spiritual health is important for everyone, no matter what you believe. And even if you don't believe in any higher power, spiritual health is still important. And whether you look at that as nature or astrology or religion, any of those, it's helpful and important.
Right. When we talk about spiritual health, we're separating spirituality and religion. So like Perry said, it doesn't matter what you believe. All that matters is what's inside.
Yep. And for those who are religious, like me, they are connected for me. But we're going to talk about it in a way that I think works for both sides.
Yeah.
Our goal is to be general enough to where anybody can get benefit from it.
Absolutely. And that takes us right into our next pillar,
which is financial health. Ooh. Okay, so I'll leave you the last one. So financial health is one that I've definitely taken an interest in. I'm not an expert. I'm not a financial advisor or anything, but I enjoy watching podcasts or listening to podcasts about financial health, about saving for retirement. I've listened to Dave Ramsey, The Money Guy Show, Retire Sooner, a few different other podcasts where they give you advice and help you figure out how to take control of your finances. When we're talking about financial health, I think it's important to point out that there are two sides of it. There's the offense and the defense, and they're both equally important. And what is my dog doing downstairs? Go back upstairs, Stella. Stella, go upstairs. Go. 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 Hey, go.
She's like, but I don't want to. Fun little interruptions. Yeah, apparently she doesn't.
Next, it's going to be
somebody
child.
Closed the doggy door.
It was. She finagles the other side of it open because it's not like screwed to the wall or anything.
Gotcha.
That's what she did, I could tell. Okay, so
back to financial health.
So in financial health, there's two sides of it. There's your offense and your defense. We're not going to tell you what to invest in, or, you know, we won't get like in the nitty gritty of what to do with your finances, but our goal is to help people think about, how do I get out of debt? How do I save for the future? How do I enjoy life right now while still planning for the future and putting away for the for a rainy day, right? And for retirement. So we're going to give you general information, and then we will, with all the pillars, direct you to people who know more about that specific area, if you want to learn more. Right?
Yeah, and I think it's interesting too how one of the things that I've noticed is when my financial health is in decline, it takes a toll on everything else. I mean, it is a huge hit to my mental health, to my spiritual health, even my physical health, because it affects my mental and spiritual health, and it takes down my motivation to try and be more physically healthy, and I just kind of tend to go into a depression almost. And it's definitely a hard thing when your financial health is not where it should be.
And what was I going to say?
I don't know.
I thought that was a really good point, and I was going to say money doesn't solve everything.
Yeah.
But it sure does help.
Yeah.
So, and that can be spending less, making more, combination. So, with all of these, getting healthier in that area will help the others. Financial health is not an exception.
Yeah, I think another way to say that that I've heard somewhere, I can't remember where, but was money doesn't buy happiness, but now I can't even remember how it goes. But money doesn't buy happiness, but it can buy the things that make you happy.
Yeah.
Or happiness comes from things that money can buy. Sometimes.
Yeah, fun vacations with family and
I mean,
comforts. And food you like, and
it'll definitely buy the boat and the truck to pull it. So and
there you
give
go.
you an opportunity to spend more time with your family. So,
yeah,
I think that's definitely huge. And that takes us to the final of the 4 pillars, which again is no less important than any of the others. In fact, I feel sometimes it is extremely important, and probably the one that we should everybody should put a little bit more emphasis on.
And the one that might be the most like taboo to talk about for some reason
is mental health.
Yeah.
And
we kind of combine mental, emotional health as one, right?
Yeah. So when we're talking about mental health, there are a lot of different ways to look at our mental health. And so some of the things that we're going to be talking about is like self-care, and we're going to talk about meditation,
social life,
emotional health, family, and things that will help you. We're going to talk about the happiness chemicals, the dopamine, the endorphins,
serotonin,
oxytocin.
Melatonin.
There we go. Melatonin's the one that puts you to sleep.
It's important.
Yeah,
well, I guess it's more
important.
Your physical health,
but it's important. But we're going to be talking about the 4: the dopamine, dopamine, endorphins, serotonin, oxytocin. Yeah. There we go. I got them all.
There you go. It's been a while since we did that episode.
It has been a while since we did that episode.
We might be redoing a lot of the episodes we do. We're going to be, we don't have an unlimited amount of topics. Well, I mean, maybe we do, but some of the things that we've talked about, as we're building a following, we might want to revisit. So don't be surprised if you see some repeated stuff.
Absolutely. And that actually takes us to the next thing that we want to talk about is we are
our challenge. Oh, I thought we were talking about the 30-day challenge. What's next?
Oh, I was going to talk about episodes.
Okay. Up. Sorry. Yeah. Episodes coming up.
So future episodes.
Oh, yeah. I skipped down.
We are actually going to start having guests.
Yeah.
On our podcast. So we've reached out to a few people, and we'll be excited to get them come. So this episode will air before the first of the year. So yeah, we're excited to start having guests come the first of the year, and excited to hear what they have to say. We will be bringing in experts on certain topics and see what they have to say.
And if you follow a particular blog or podcast, but blog too, right? Any expert on any of these areas that you think would be a great guest, make sure to write in the comments. Give us a suggestion. Hook us up if you know them.
Yeah.
It does not need to be where we are, which is in the Utah area. It can be anywhere. We can do a video conference, or we can have someone here if they're close by.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
So now is it the 30-day challenge?
Now
okay.
it is the
now it's our
30-day
challenge.
challenge.
Okay, so we are really excited about this 30-day challenge, not only to help other people, but because we're going to be doing it too. And so we have this this plan starting in January. So
1st.
If you're watching this right when it comes out, it's about to start.
Yeah.
But we're going to be sharing this on social media and everything. But this is really exciting. This is kind of your baby, so maybe I'll let you talk about it.
Okay, I'll talk about it. So
I teed it up for you.
Yes, you did, and now I'm gonna shank it into the woods, like I always do. Like that golf reference.
Yeah, that's how I play golf too.
I like it. All right, so we were kind of talking about how we could take our podcast idea to the next level, and so one of the things that I thought about is let's do a 30-day challenge. Let's try and build some new habits and improve our health over the first month of the year. I think
it's the perfect time of year to do this.
It's the perfect time of year because it's the first of the year. A lot of people are, and forgive me, I know we've done an episode on resolutions and how I don't agree with resolutions because of books that I've read. But a lot of people are setting their resolutions for the year, and a lot of people are putting their health at the top of their list of priorities.
They sure are, Adam.
And so I think taking this month to focus and build some habits will help people actually make it through the entire year rather than making it a couple of months and then dropping off. So we're going to start this 30-day challenge January 1st. So it's a very easy way to remember. January 1st, day that everybody's starting their New Year's resolutions, and we are going to spend each day and we're going to work on building a new habit in one of the 4 pillars.
And we're going to alternate pillars. So
we're going to alternate
mental,
pillars.
Physical, spiritual, financial.
So every day be looking for that challenge for the day, and then we'll have ways that you can share what you're doing on our social media. So we can
see each other's success and applaud each other.
We'll create a Facebook group for that, and we're excited to kick that one off.
Oh yeah, we're going to invite everyone to do this with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm excited to do this. I sometimes get overwhelmed by things like this, but we're trying to build it in a way that it's not overwhelming. And look, doing one new thing each day for 30 days and building on it, that might end up feeling overwhelming. Our plea with you is do as much of it as you can. If you get overwhelmed in like day 5s, you're like, you can do it once and then you feel like, man, I can't keep doing this. Okay, just do as many of them as you can. Try to build habits and become a new person. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do as much of it as I can.
There you go.
My goal is to do all of it, but sometimes we fall short, but we still made a huge improvements.
And some of the challenges are going to be designed to do every single day.
And some of them are more of like a one-time thing.
Some of them are more of a one-time thing or once a month or once a quarter or whatever feels comfortable to you. We want to make this accessible so that you can build habits. I've heard somewhere that it takes 3 times of hearing something to get it into your memory, your long-term memory, and it takes like 21 days of doing something to make it a habit.
Yeah.
And
it takes 1 day of stopping to.
And it takes 1 day of stopping to fall off. So we really want to help you build new habits and create new habits.
Yep. And we're going to be doing this right along with you.
Absolutely. So that's the idea behind the 30-day challenge, and I'm really excited for it.
So watch for that. Another thing that we plan on doing is a coaching program. This will be kind of similar to the 30-day challenge, but a little more beefed up. And it's something where we'll have a couple different options that you can do. I believe we're going to have one that won't cost any money. But then if you want additional like accountability help on it, we'll have an alternate version that that will be more beefed up and more accountability, more helpful, I think. So look for that coaching program that we're going to have. I think we'll also have a kind of was it a 3-month challenge along with that or some? What were you?
Yeah,
we've started discussing, but we're working out
more of the details.
Yeah,
and we'll let you know as they come along.
But the look for that
coaching program, and with the coaching program too, we want to focus more on dads. I think that in our area of expertise, we kind of understand that area of life better, and I think that is probably the most I don't want to say neglected, but probably the least recognized demographic as far as focusing on health.
Especially mental health.
Yeah, especially mental health. And so we really want to focus on dads for that coaching program. That's not to say that we won't take other people or that we won't accept you for who you are. We absolutely will, and we would love to work with you. But we really would love the opportunity to help other dads, other men in, I hate to say this, middle age. But
that was a gag for anybody who
really
wasn't watching.
Yeah, we really would love to help people that we understand what you're going through.
Yes, we do. We're going through it too.
Yep. And that actually takes us to another thing that we're going to be starting up soon, and I think we'll have additional tools as we go along.
We're going to be posting on social media little videos and stuff in between.
But the last one that we're going to announce today is we are actually going to be doing an online blog, which is very exciting because a lot of our podcast content material, if you don't want to sit and listen for 30-40 minutes,
and you're a reader,
if you're a reader, then we will have
we have stuff for you too.
Yes. We'll have a lot of the information there on our online blog, and we will share that URL once we figure out what it's going to be.
Yeah. And not to toot my own horn or anything, but my wife told me I'm a really good writer. So, just saying. So.
Well, then maybe you'll be doing most of the writing. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so that's basically going to follow along with our
My
podcast.
mom also told me I'm a good writer, by the way. So neither of them would lie to me about that. So
that's sweet.
Yeah. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was just saying it's going to follow right along with our podcast topics each week, and we will take turns writing the content. And so
we'll let you guys judge who's the better writer.
So you'll get to experience a little bit from both of us, and hopefully that will be an additional tool that you can use to help out, and that will be free of charge, just like our podcast.
Everything in life.
Just like us.
Just like us.
All right.
I'm excited about the blog.
Yeah.
So wrapping up, I think we're ready for our weekly challenge.
Yeah.
Which I think I'm going to let you take this one too, since you came up with it. So
the weekly challenge, and for those of you that have been following us, I think there's like 6 of you. But for the few of you that have been following us, you know that we always have a weekly challenge on our podcast. And this week is no different, even though it's a very vague and kind of a reintroduction. We are issuing you a weekly challenge. And that weekly challenge is to sign up for that 30-day January, 30 Days to a Better You challenge is what we're going to call it. Mm-hmm. And so we want you to sign up. We will send out links in Facebook and Instagram and probably Twitter and TikTok as well, but it will be a Facebook group that we will be doing this. So sign up for that 30-day challenge, and we really want you to be accountable for your actions in this and be held to a little bit higher standard, because we really want to see you succeed. And so we want you to be working with an accountability partner. So bring a friend along, bring a family member, a spouse, a parent, a sibling, a child, a BFF, if you will. We'll probably be accountability partners. And so, so sign up for that and find your accountability partner and get ready for just a killer start to the new year.
Killer.
Yeah, let's
good.
Let's start 2024 just on the highest level that we possibly can and build. It's
going to be the best year ever.
Yeah.
So far.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, that's it for this episode. So thank you so much for listening. Be sure to give us a 5-star review, because I know this was an amazing episode.
Yeah.
And I know you thought so too. So give us that 5-star review.
Absolutely.
Or comment or like, or whatever.
Just any kind of interactions. And we will be releasing new episodes each week. And that's one of our commitments right now, is that we are going to start doing that again. Each week on Mondays, we will be releasing new episodes. And where are we going to be, Perry?
Oh, yeah. So we're going to be on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, Google, plus all the social medias that we mentioned at the beginning of the video.
Just tell your smart speaker to play Balance for Life.
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll get it yet.
I don't know if that'll work, but you could try it.
Yeah, try it.
I'll try it.
Say, hey, Google, or hey, Alexa, or
hey, Siri.
Oh, no. I set it off.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
In case you couldn't hear, Alexa just said, "I'll pretend I didn't hear that." So, thank you. I always say thank you just in case robots take over someday.
Yeah. All right.
I think that's it.
On that note, yeah, join us again next week. We will be. I think next week we're going to talk about mental health, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna start over with our pillars and touch on what we can do to help and how they're going to interact with the other pillars. So next week I think we're going to talk about mental health, and it's going to be a really good one. So
we've got a good topic ready. So.
Yeah. So jump on it.
TTFN.
See ya.